Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're underway from Soldier Field. That's going to be taken in at the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you could put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair, an eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On the move, headed right. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Swift gets it on the option. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on first. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Going to run again with Swift. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Staying grounded with Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Has his man, it's Swift. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. To throw, Williams. He's got him, that's Swift. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
This is the first red zone opportunity for the Bears. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Williams from the gun. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. DJ Moore, the touchdown. Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Craig Reynolds to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Williams coming in motion right. Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. The Lions readying for the punt. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it's going to be Bears football. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their 2nd drive. Here's Swift to start the drive. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackled by Jack Campbell. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Swift hauls it in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Off the play fake, Williams. Pulled in by Allen on the sideline. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. A handoff left for Swift. He's contained at the line for no gain. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Williams. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field. Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. So the Lions headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. He gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show. It's Montgomery on 3rd. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down, ball at the 36. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Goff. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That is Kyler Gordon.
Well, nickel has really become the base defense for so many teams in the league because the passing game has become so prevalent today. It really makes it so much more difficult to find an open throwing lane. It gives defenses a lot more speed on the back end to step in front of passes just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Williams to throw. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at a 4th down. Torrey Taylor getting set to punt it once again. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet. You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
He finds Laporta. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down throw from Goff. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Goff back to throw. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they face 2nd down. They go play action with Goff. That one's caught along the left sideline. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Handoff running right. Montgomery. And he doesn't get this one very far. Down to only about the 18. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That leaves him with 3rd and 9. Goff to the air now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 4th and long. Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Tyler Scott now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First down throw by Williams. Catch made by Allen. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Bears looking down a very long field. Here's 2nd and 7. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. And that brings up 3rd down. To throw is Williams. He has the first over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears grow their lead just before halftime. DJ Moore, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! Has a hole left, room to run. The 40! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick.
I'm not going to lie, for a minute there, I thought we were going to see a magical return take it all the way back for 2. That group, though, is still happy. They blocked the try. That was the ultimate goal. 2 points would have simply been icing on the cake.
And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. From the gun, Goff. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Lifts up. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Montgomery. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions make it a one-score game before halftime. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Scott now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. So we've hit halftime in Chicago. It's been a good one for the home crowd. The Bears out in front. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, it was the man from USC, Caleb Williams, who put on a solid performance. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Khalif Raymond to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out come the Lions. They've got the first series of the second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Kevin Byard there to bring him down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Goff working from the pistol. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Jalen Johnson with the pick. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt, I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and now a chance to add to this lead.
Williams throwing again here on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards.
They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Chicago. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Pickup of 2 here. And that gives the Lions the 1st. Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Goff. He's throwing deep to the left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. They'll send out the punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And plenty of hang time on this one. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Has his man. It's Swift. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Now thrown in the direction of DJ Moore. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Lions and running back David Montgomery getting back to work. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. Goff on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Montgomery now up the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. A toss play, Montgomery. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
It's Montgomery on the counter. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Now it's Montez Sweat who took him down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think it's fair to say, in the eye in the sky deadline, without that ball being tipped, we were looking at the big game. A missed opportunity to push their offense, and a great play on the other side to deny the throw.
Finds Laporta. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Montgomery. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 2nd down.
Penalty drops him at the 1, so they've got a couple of shots left at it. It's 2nd and goal. He'll try to do it himself. And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Lions shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Jared Goff touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Lions cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Chicago getting set to take the field now. The touchdown dropped this back to a 1-possession game, so they're hoping to get some breathing room right back here. 1st down, here's Swift. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Stopped on the play by Zadarius Smith. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Working from the gun, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. They're out now, ready to punt it. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. Has it at the 37. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it'll be their football. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
From the 45 on second down. He got it along the sideline, but just couldn't bring it in within the field of play. That's incomplete. We got third down. They've got a man in motion. Goff on third. He puts some power on a deep one left. This is brought in at the 15. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments, the game does slow down. It is...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a third-quarter lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions take a 4-point lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Running behind center with Swift. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
It's Johnson on second down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
And the shotgun to give to Swift. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
All right, here we go. Second down. Staying grounded with Swift. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up third down. Williams to throw. He throws a bullet deep to their big game downfield. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears take a lead just before the end of the third. It's a Romadudze touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Santos now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears push their lead to 3. After seeing his point after blocks, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. Reynolds with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Lions and this running back headed back out for a new series. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. First down throw from Goff. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Goff setting to throw. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On first down, it's Gibbs. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, the defenses in the league today, they have to be so reactive. They have to be so twitchy. But this was a good job by that front. Yeah, they reacted initially, but then they showed the burst of quickness of pursuit defensively to limit that counter gain to less than 5.
Give him 3 on that game. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
This one's caught. And this one doesn't go far.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Just 1 yard on the play. That leaves him with 4th and 4.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them. Keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. They'll go for it. Goff has it in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Here come the Bears back out on offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9. This is Johnson heading right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
He gets it away now from his own end zone. That's fielded at the 46. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the gun, Goff. He lets a heater go deep. Middle. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And the Bears will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Throw left side, complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. It gives Montgomery to start the drive. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after two straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Desperation time here on fourth. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. They're set up at the 35 now. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way down to the 35-yard line. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Lions' 35-yard line.
Toss play, Swift. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. A 5th defensive back into the game for the Lions. 3rd down coming. Now here's Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Williams will look to throw. This finds Everett complete.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. Gets to space right side. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack. Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Reynolds with a return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Williams coming in motion right. He's going to push one deep down the right. Brought in inside the 20. And he'll be touched down after a big play.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Goff back to throw. The throw is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. The Bears about set for their next possession. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears holding on to a field goal lead. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Swift gets it on the option. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. On now comes their punter. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it deep downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Setting up to pass. Montgomery hauls this one in. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. He'll look to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Tremaine Edmonds has it. And the Bears make the play that should win them this game. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Offside. Defense.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
All of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.